All right, y'all, welcome to Street Church. Congregation, come on in. And for first time visitors, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, this video I'm going to be talking about Oregon, the state of Oregon. November of 2020. And I did not know this. The voters, right? The citizens of Oregon, voter approved, decided to vote for the decriminalization of possessing small amounts and drug use in public of small amounts of hard drugs, meth, crack, heroin, fentanyl, shrooms, perks, ecstasy, you name it, they decriminalized it. And so this is what the voters, and I didn't know this. I thought this was just something that was just passed. I didn't know that this was a vote. That the citizens of Oregon actually had a vote, had a say on this. And 58% of the citizens of Oregon voted to decriminalize these hard drugs. And what happened? The whole world got to witness a disaster in the making, a national disaster. And they watched Oregon set itself on fire. The amount of drug deaths, overdoses, the amount of drug-related crimes all rose higher than it was before they decided to vote for this decriminalization of hard drugs. And they should have saw it coming. I just didn't know that the voters by 58% voted this in. It was called Drug Decriminalization and Addiction Treatment Initiative. Notice the words that they used. It was like they wanted to decriminalize addiction, and they made it seem like that the loved ones, users, right? This is what made them do it. The voters assumed that because this bill was titled Addiction and Treatment Initiative, right? Addiction Treatment Initiative. That's what they thought. They were sold on the name and the narratives that they put around this bill. That's what it was. And that's what people have to stop doing. We as a society needs to stop letting them sell us on stuff and purchase it with our votes. What they selling us, instead of taking time out to read the ingredients and the instructions, the terms and conditions of these laws that they want to put into law, to put into practice. We're not doing that. We're buying without looking at the terms and conditions, without looking at the ingredients, without looking at the what did I just say? Without looking at the ingredients, without looking at the instructions, without looking at the information, right? Without looking at any of the stuff that's on the labels that's on the package of these bills that they keep selling to us, right? We're not looking at none of that. We're looking at the politician. We're listening to the narratives. And the narratives is invoking some feelings in us and some emotions in us. And we're not doing our due diligence to look at the laws themselves and how they'll play out. And we need to stop doing that. And this is a prime example of that. This is a prime example of that. The Oregon voters only listened to the narratives. And the narratives was, we're going to, we care about your loved ones who are addicts and we want to get them treatment. And this bill will do that. But did you look to see? Obviously not, because 58% of the people who voted, right, to get this bill in play, which was called it was also known as Measure 110. Those who voted for Measure 110, you never did look and see how they were going to exactly implement any treatment for the addicts. You just voted based on the politicians who you have put in place. And that's the problem. You're voting for the politician that you put in place, not the laws that they're putting in place. The laws and the bills that they write and try to get passed, those are the things that make the politician. Those are the things that show you who the politician is. And those are the things that you should get yourself involved in more. Not in you voting for the politician as a person. Because you're going to always go by your feelings. If you vote only because for the politician as a person. A person can be funny. A person can be witty. A person can have charisma. A person can be a good speaker, right? But those policies have nothing to do with them having charisma, being well spoken, having good narratives, creating excitement, being funny, looking the part of a politician. None of those things have anything to do with the actual policies, bills, laws, regulations that they're trying to put in place that will affect you, either in a good way or a bad way. So we have to stop voting for politicians. And we have to start voting based on what we're hearing them say about the policies that they want to put in place. And then go look at it. Go look at their website. See what they're about. And if they have a track record, right? If they're career politicians, go look at the things that they voted for and voted against. The things that they tried to pass and the things that they tried to block from being passed. Those are the things that we need to concentrate on. And so what happened is from November to 2020 until present day, Oregon has been a cesspool for drug usage. And the fentanyl deaths continue to rise, the overdoses. So this was the reason now Oregon has changed their tune. And now they have passed another bill, which is called House Bill HB 4002, House Bill 4002, to rectify and revert back to recriminalizing these small amounts of possessions of hard drugs. It's the possessions of, and it should be the use, right? Because these addicts and these street people and drug dealers took full advantage of the decriminalization of it. And so there was just drug users and abusers and drug dealers all over this state, all over Portland, probably mainly what you was hearing about the reports in the media. That's the city that was, you know, running through the gauntlet of the media, with what was going on with the hard drug usage that was going on, and um, they got they saw probably the uptick of the crime rates go up most, related to hard drug use. So listen, this is it. Listen, come on. The thing that really is still has me flabbergasted is the fact that I didn't know 58% of voters voted this in 2020, November 2020. So they created the problem. The good thing about it is these same voters had sense enough, and lawmakers there had to, even those who were for it and pushed it turned back, pulled back from that and said, "Nah, we got to go against this. This ain't working." So thank God for that. That they had sense enough to see the error of their ways and recriminalize the usage of hard drugs in there. Now, I'm gonna say this: the House bill that they got has money in it as a part of the package of the bill, and it's $211 million. That's a lot of money to be putting on one bill. I hope that they create a facility, because now you can face up to 6 months, right? They don't need to be locked up with hard criminals. What they need is a facility that helps them rehabilitate, and at the same time hold them accountable. Like, it don't need to be soft. It needs to be hard. They need to be pushed to be healthy, mind, body, and soul before they get out of them facilities. And them facilities should be allowed to hold them for another 6 months if they don't see some change. And then they can go before a judge and, reevaluate their situation and their status. But it needs to be set up to where it needs to be like a boot camp, to where they not just dealing with their mental and just having them sit around. And because I've been to a rehab facility, I was a drug dealer, but to get out of trouble and not face a lot of time or go to prison, I took a plea bargain here in Michigan. You could take a plea for plea of usage, right? So it gets you out of jail. So you can use the system and get out. And that's what I mean. See, I'm telling you how it was for me. I used the system, pled usage for my possession charge, and got into a facility and was in open air in no time. And did I learn anything? No, I went right back to the streets, started selling dope again. So I know how these systems can work. They can just be there, and it looks on the surface, and it's just sometimes politicians just want to please the outcry, right? They just want to appease people, get people off their backs, get people off their necks. So I hope that ain't what they finna do with that $211 million. We got to stop doing this frivolous spending. And then this money goes and gets embezzled and laundered and misused and abused, and nobody gets help. And the same thing happens even though they have recriminalized, right, these hard drugs. The same overdose rates get higher, the same drug uses, the same drug-related crimes continue to rise because they didn't really do what they were supposed to. So I hope that doesn't become the case. I hope this is a wake up call for the state of Oregon. Um, on that note, this is Street Church. I'm letting the congregation out. God bless.